So welcome to the stream. This is a part 2 card review on Witchwood. We did about 6 cards at the very start of the release, or the pre-release. It was just a sneak peek of the cards that come out, but now they've actually officially released like a bunch of cards through the reveal stream. James, make sure to put your no voice on my stream, on your screen.
Alright.
Anyway, so we're gonna be reviewing some of these cards now. I've got a friend of mine coming here. He just started recently playing Hearthstone, but surprisingly enough, he's gotten all the way to rank 2, and that's like a huge accomplishment because it took me a while to even get to Legend, and I've been playing for close to 5 years. So I don't know. I decided to get a fresh pair of eyes. These cards, just see if what kind of opinions I could get, because everyone's been playing the game. I could get anybody else to be playing it for years, but I wanted to see what a fresh pair of eyes would actually say to these cards. I guess we'll start with a very important one. So if you just let me import the image, we're going to talk about Hagatha here. All right, just pull it up.
There's like a delay on the stream and live though for me.
Yeah, that's the case. That's always be the. That's always the case. Okay, so we have Hagatha and then her hero power. Okay, so Hagatha, 8 mana card. This is the only hero card based out of the Witchwood set. 8 mana, Hagatha the Witch. Battlecry, deal 3 damage to all minions. So has the same effect of Dustbreaker without the restriction of having a dragon in your hand, obviously. And gains the 5 armor as all hero cards should. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the trend if they release any more hero cards. But her passive effect, or hero power, is nothing to activate, but it's just a passive hero power that after you play a minion, add a random shaman spell to your hand. For my personal opinions, like shaman spells in general, they're just terrible for the most part. They're not bad, but you could probably get better ones. My buddy James here is gonna. James, what do you actually think about the card?
I don't think it's that great for like 8 mana.
For 8 mana, you don't think it's that great? Not even in a control deck?
Shaman is the one that summons totems, right?
Correct. Shaman has the hero power to summon a basic totem, 1 of 4 totems, to spell damage, healing, searing, and taunt totem, all being 0/2s except for searing being a 1/1.
Yeah, like you're basically like doing nothing. Oh, I guess like it is the board clear, so it does like help slow the enemy down. But like, I feel like unless you're playing against like Dude Pally or something, like that board clear is kind of useless.
I mean, it's not terrible. I guess the idea of it is like that it is 8 mana, but it also has a like effect to it that lets you like fight back for the board with that whole deal 3 damage to everything. I don't know like what kind of decks that will come out of this expansion per se, and if it'll be any like fast. Maybe it's too slow, not having the hero power. But like, see, the thing is, not having the hero power to worry about anymore and just getting consistent resources. That's like very powerful, especially in like decks that can abuse that. Anything with Echo also. If you just keep playing Echo minions, like you get like consistent resources of what you call it, spells. But it's also a problem because you can never actually empty out your hand unless you're playing these spells. So you can't just keep playing minions. You have to eventually play these spells that you get.
Fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not terrible. I think it's okay. Maybe control deck. We're definitely going to see this in some kind of shaman build because I think shaman might be making a comeback. We haven't seen any shaman spells in the release, but if they're any good, a lot of bad things are rotating out. We might actually see some play of this card. All right, so that's enough for Hagatha and her ability. Next, we'll talk about Glittermoth. Glittermoth is an interesting card. It follows the same premise as the last card review we talked about with odds and evens. It's a 5 mana 4/4 epic. Its battlecry says if your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of your other minions. Now, from a value perspective, James, what do you think about this card?
I can't see it. Yeah, what does it do?
It's a 5 mana 4/4. If your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of your other minions. It's a priest card.
Oh,
Priest
Like the
epic.
thing is, I wouldn't know the card pool that well, but like I don't know, having like only odd cards in your deck feels like it's limiting it pretty hard.
I mean, if you can look at like I don't know if you have Hearthstone open up right now, but you can look at a
I'm
lot
playing a
of.
game, yeah.
Oh, you're playing a game right now. But if you actually look at like some of the odd costing cards, it's not that many good ones. Like you can have like Northshire and Powerword Shield and stuff like that, but I just don't think that it
Oh,
might be too limited. So I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't think it's a bad card, but I'm not sure if we're actually going to see odds and even decks like actually work out. I haven't really found any good combinations yet for the odds and evens. But any last thoughts on Glittermoth before we move to the next one?
yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of situational for me. That's a what kind of class card is that?
Priest card. So Priest with the healing ability of healing 2 mana heal for 2 on anywhere. It's like
Yeah,
it's not bad. Like there's some like
but
uh
then that means like you can't even play like Dustbreaker or like any of the like the current meta like for
yeah,
priest.
I guess, right? But like a lot of the dragons are rotating out as well, but Dustbreaker is pretty strong. It's too bad we're losing Dragon of Operative. I don't know. Like I said, I think James's perspective is not terrible here. It's a bit too situational and also like restricts your card pool a lot for a subpar effect. So it's not exactly too amazing. So that's enough for Glitter Moth. Next one we have is also following the same odd and even trend. Gloomstag. It's a 5 mana 2/6 for Druid, epic. It's a taunt. And then Battlecry, if your deck has only odd cost cards, gain +2/+2. So following its restrictions, if it's played, it's a 5 mana 4/8 taunt. But your deck can only have odd cost cards in it. Thoughts on this one, James?
I can't see it yet. Give me a second.
Sure. I don't know. I think it's like a 5
If
mana
your deck
4/8.
has only on, like I don't know. I don't know about all these like odd or only cards. Like, ugh,
You think they're just like way too gimmicky?
yeah.
Yeah, like you might not be wrong. That's the thing. That like, I think that's like a good way of thinking about it. I think there's like, I don't know how else to put it. It's the card pool restriction alone. Like it might work, but the thing is, you can't even play Ultimate Infestation, and you know what Ultimate Infestation does, right, James?
No.
The 10 mana Druid spell, deal 5, draw 5, heal
Oh
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that card.
Yeah, like, and that's a very overpowered card. The fact that you can't even use this, and like, I don't know. I think it's like I said, odds and evens, gimmicky, could work, could not work. But if the effect does go off, a 5 mana 4/8 taunt seems pretty good. What do you think, James?
I mean, like, yeah, if you get it off, like, it's an insane value, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It trades for a lot of things, at least 2 minions before it dies, right?
Yeah.
But like Yeti had the same effect in base set, so it's like, I don't know. 5 mana 4/8 taunt though, it's pretty decent. That's enough for Gloomstag. Next one, I really do like this card. Again, odds and evens, but the effect on it I think is so good. James, you weren't around the time of Azure Drake. You don't know what Azure Drake does.
No.
But essentially, we're talking about Black Cat. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 common for Mage, and spell damage +1, and then Battlecry if your deck has only odd cost cards, draw a card. So, like, Azure Drake back in the day was a 5 mana 4/4 dragon that had the exact same effect except not the odd cost restriction. So it was just a 5 mana 4/4 dragon you played. You had spell damage +1, and you drew a card. It was an insane value card. Like it had the spell damage, the draw, and it was a dragon with like a decent stats for what its effect had on extra. So like on top of it, it was easily way worth the 5 slot. Like it was the best common, rare neutral spot card for most decks when Azure Drake was around. It got rotated out, unfortunately, but still, this card has the same effect. It's better statted for its cost, but the only thing is you can only have odd cost cards. Again, you're probably going to say it's a bit too gimmicky, but the effect is really strong. What do you think just about the effect?
Uh, how important is what kind of class card is this?
It's a mage card. Mages use a lot of spells and spell damage in particular.
Is it like that bad just playing it like straight up for
Oh, I see. So you think it's a you'd play it for the 3 mana 3/3 spell damage +1, just not the draw?
I feel like no, I probably wouldn't. That seems kind of ass, honestly.
It's pretty ass.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty ass. I don't think that's what you want, but if you can get the draw off it, that's like pretty
10,
decent.
15, 20, 21. Gross, man.
You don't have enough lethal. He has enough lethal.
Mm.
Um. But yeah, again, Black Cat. I think if you can get the actual effect off, it's insane. Again, most of these cards are super rewarding, but cut down the limit on your cards. Not to mention this card in particular. If your deck has only odd cost cards, that cuts out Frostbolt, which you know what that does. Fireball, you also know what that does, and it cuts out like Pyroblast and like a bunch of just good spells like Blizzard as well. You know all these cards, James, and like they don't get to use those at all. So you have to use odd cost cards only.
Holy fuck, man. Yeah.
So I mean, again, I don't know. Somebody will try it, but I don't know if it's gonna be that good. Next one for after Black Cat, we've got. I think this card's pretty good. Same thing, except for Shaman this time. Uh, Merc Spark Eel. So it's a 2 mana 2/3 rare for Shaman. Battlecry says your deck has only even if your deck has only even cost cards, deal 2 damage. Dealing 2 damage is completely random. I'm pretty sure it's not directed. It has the same thing as Flame Juggler. Flame Juggler was in the Wild Set for the Grand Tournament. Let me just pull up real quick to make sure that the effect is correct. Grand Tournament, 2-drop slot, neutrals, Flame Juggler. Oh, it says deal 1 damage to a random enemy, so I think this is actually targetable. James, what do you think about a 2 mana 2/3 that has a targetable deal 2 damage to anything?
Just on summon.
On summon, yeah.
Is it what kind of card is it?
It's a shaman card.
I feel like it would only be like good in like an aggro kind of deck, like if it was like Dupe Pally or something. I don't think like Shaman is like too aggro, right?
It's not, and this has
Yeah,
also has the restriction of even cost cards.
yeah. Like
But
it seems too slow. Like it's too
but
like
take away the shaman card, take away the shaman aspect of it, take away the
if it didn't have like a Shaman aspect of it, it could be like amazing. Like if it was like a generic card, maybe
yeah. I
only even cost cards. The thing is, like I don't know the meta, so I wouldn't know if like there is like for like a aggro kind of deck to be only even cards, that means they would not be able to have like any 1 mana cards, right? So like that like kind of negates like all your starter cards.
Right, but see, it has like simply dropping a 2 mana 2/3 that has a targetable deal 2 damage is very strong, even in control decks. Like you could play Hagatha with this card as well because it's Hagatha is an even cost card, right?
Mm, I feel like it's not worth.
You feel like it's not strong enough? That's
Yeah,
interesting. That's interesting. It's not definitely maybe not worth the even cost slot, but it's not bad. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's total overall stats. 2 mana 2/3 is premium stats, and deal 2 damage targetable is pretty good.
but then like it has like the drawback of not being able to like.
Play odd costs, yeah. Yeah, you do lose some of that, but I can see where you're coming from. It's actually a pretty decent argument. Okay, so that's it for Merc Spark Eel. Can't say that for whatever reason. Next one we come up. I think this one's kind of gimmicky. I think it's kind of good if you can abuse it, but meh. Next one we're talking about, James, is Face Collector. It's a 3 mana 2/2. Uh, for Rogue, it's a legendary. It has the Echo ability. Has Battle Cry, add a random legendary minion to your hand. So you know what Echo does, right?
I really don't know what it does. What does it do?
So Echo ability is it's a new mechanic that's getting introduced. Same with Rush. Echo means that if you play a minion out, okay, uh, basically the same copy of that minion shows up in your hand after you've played it, and you can play it for the same cost on that turn.
What happens if you don't play it that turn? Does it disappear?
Then it disappears essentially. It's not an infinite loop. So, say for example, this card in particular, you can only play on turn 9 maximum of 3 of them.
Yeah.
Do you see exactly how Echo works now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
a random legendary minion? But like, how many of them are like actually any good?
I'd say maybe 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 like 30%, maybe something like that. I would say maybe something like that.
So like, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems everyone gets the same review out of this card. It's like again gimmicky. It doesn't fall into the same thing, but it could be kind of abused with like Shadow Step and stuff like that. But you can see where I'm coming from with this. Um, so overall, you think it's just kind of meh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can understand that. That's enough for Face Collector. I think it's a cool card though. Looks sick. Probably looks better in gold. Um, all right, the next card we have is a Warrior card. Now you haven't played much Warrior because you didn't enter the Warrior meta, but dealing 1 damage is pretty important in Warrior. So let's make that into a card here. 2 mana Warpath. It's a spell, common for Warrior. Has Echo. So like I said before, you play the card and then you get it again. On that turn, and it says deal 1 damage to all minions. What are your thoughts on that? Because Control Warrior is definitely like a deck, so board clearing is like pretty important in particular.
Control Warrior right now is like not that great though, right?
Obviously not, but like this is a new expansion, so all these new decks come out.
Yeah, like the thing is, it is kind of hard for me to know because I don't even know what's like being taken out and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's not like the whole rotation of card. I just want to see what you think about the card. It's not about like what you know, what
Uh,
decks are good or whatever. Just
oh,
what
is it
you're.
Warpath? Deal 1 damage to all minions.
Yes, with Echo.
Ah, yeah, it could be all right. It's not bad. I think like it could be like a nice one-up tech or something.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
on turn 6, you drop 3 of these. On turn 10, you drop 5 of them, deal 5 damage to everything.
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's pretty good, and it can be saved. Has synergistic abilities with Warrior. Like, if you go to the Warrior class cards, I'm not sure if you're in a game, but there's synergistic abilities for them getting damaged. Like, for example, I'll pull up one Warrior like card that works. Armorsmith, a 2 mana 1/4. Whenever a friendly minion takes damage, including itself, you gain 1 armor. So if you have this out, you gain a maximum of like whatever how many minions are on there. She counts for every single minion that gets damaged. So if you had like 5 minions out per se, I'm not sure if it would happen, but you would gain like a shit ton of armor. Like probably, I don't know what the exact math on that is, but maybe like 16 armor. Clear the board, 16 armor seems pretty good.
Like it's not bad too because it has like a really low mana cost, so you can play it early too.
Exactly. So like it's a good board clear card as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. I honestly, how would you rate this card out of 10 if you actually
I think it's probably the best card we've seen so far. I don't know, maybe like a 5.
maybe a 5 out of 10? Yeah, okay. Okay. That's fair. I'd give it a little bit higher. I think Warriors are definitely going to be abusing this. I think it's decent. Anyway, that's enough for Warpath. Our next card is a Hunter legendary. Uh Houndmaster Shaw. So it's a legendary for Hunter, a 4 mana 3/6. Your other minions have Rush. James, do you know what Rush does?
It's like a thing, but you can only attack minions.
Yeah, it's like charge, but you can only attack minions. So
I
it's
feel like was that really a necessary mechanic to make? I don't know.
it like makes the game faster. So like similar how you because you play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. Like similar to how Yu-Gi-Oh works, you can't attack face Like if some cards have that condition where you can just go face, but you have to kill the minion first, right? You have to kill the monster first, right?
Yeah.
So rush kind of works in the similar aspect. So the game would be faster in this case, right? Do you understand like why they would
Yeah,
make
yeah.
something like that? Yeah. So like I like this a lot more. It's not like more aggro dependent because you play cards with rush that can just board clear easy minions. So this pushes the control aspect of the game and lowers down
Have
the
they
aggro aspect.
ever gotten rid of mechanic before?
They under certain circumstances they have. There's just been mechanics like the mechanics have rotated in and out. For example, there was an old mechanic in the Grand Tournament, which was an old expansion you weren't around for. It was Inspire. Inspire happened. It was an effect, like a continuous effect, that was just on the card. That if you used your hero power, then that effect would trigger. So let's say gain +1 attack on this minion if you use your hero power. So you would play that card and then use your hero power against +1 attack every time you use your hero power. But that whole thing has rotated out.
Holy fuck, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. But what are your thoughts on how Master Shah other minions have rush? All your other minions have rush.
What class card is this?
This is a hunter card.
Yeah, Hunter's like pretty aggressive already, right?
Yeah, I mean this does help push like a bit more. I think like you gotta understand a 4 mana 3/6 is really premium stats. Like premium stats. Like it's really good. Um, but in general, like if you think about like Chillwind Yeti, right? That's a 4 mana
Yeah.
4/5, right? So I lose 1 attack, but I gain +2 life here. Like that's incredible. I feel like every single hunter deck would
You
play
said
this
4 mana
except for
4/5.
Spellhunter.
It's the same like total though.
It's not the same total, is it? Oh shit, it
Four
is.
five.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like this is a healthier minion too, is it? Right? So like it sticks around a lot longer. Like less attack, sure, but then all your minions are defending it as well, right? All your other minions have rush. That means literally everything you drop can attack something on the turn it's played. So like that makes like this an insta kill card. You have to kill this card, right? Does it
Yeah.
do you think it mounts enough pressure to actually warrant a removal spell or something like that?
Six health is like really like the attack is irrelevant here. I feel like 6 health is like pretty beefy.
Yeah, for 4 mana it's there's not a lot of 4 mana 6 health cards. It's pretty beefy. It's I think this is played literally in every single hunter deck that isn't spell hunter. Um, but yeah, that's what I honestly believe in. Like out of 10, what would you rate this card?
Yeah, it has like potential to be big. Yeah.
Yeah. Out of 10, you would rate this?
I don't know, like a 4, 3.5. I don't know.
Really? Man, you're very criticizing on these cards, huh?
Yeah, my skills are like different, man. Like my skill for me, like a 10, like
Has
is
to
like
be
1 in 1 million.
broken, right?
Yeah, it has to be like yeah, like
Uh,
probably like that Q block card that brings back like as a must reward for everything.
yeah, but like, yeah, I could see where you're coming from there. Yeah, but I think we're gonna see an 8 today. I think so. Maybe at least, hopefully. But how Master Shaw I think is gonna be played in every single
Have you?
hunter deck.
Is this your first time seeing these cards?
No, I've seen these cards
Oh, okay.
before. I just decided to get my thoughts on them before I make an actual review.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um, like I said, how Master Shaw I think it's gonna be played in every single hunter deck. It's really beefy and warrants removal. So,
Yeah.
it's,
What would you rate that Q block card that could like bring back everything?
do you mean Blood Reaver Gul'dan?
Is that it? Yeah.
The hero, right? To like
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
everything. I, that's the best Death Knight in the game. I would give it easily. Um, not right now, Chris. Um, what's it called? I'd rate it probably. Yeah, I'd say it's about 10. I think out of 10, like that card's really broken in the right
Like
deck.
yeah, like if not a 10, probably like a 9.
Even the aggro decks are playing it.
Like Call of the Orange is probably like a 6.5 for me.
Really,
What would
yeah.
you put it?
I'd say that's a solid 8.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like my skills are like tough, man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good cards, so you sort of have to give a bit leeway, right? Like, yeah, that's what you have to do, right? Give a bit of leeway
Yeah.
because there's not a ton of cards to go off of. So, like, in the meta that is this game, you gotta understand just a little bit how to like give it a bit more leeway when actually rating it. But anyway, that's enough for Houndmaster Shaw. Um, the next card that we have to review. This is just a neutral. Um, Rotten Apple Bomb. So it's a 5 mana common card, neutral, so every class can use it. 4/5. So 5 mana, 4/5. Taunt with Death Rattle, restore 4 health to your hero.
Uh, Trash.
You think it's complete trash?
Yeah.
Absolutely complete trash. Even
Not
like
not absolutely, but like yeah, trash.
you think it's like okay, trash tier. I think the 1 out of 10 system might be a bit bad. So here's how we'll do it. Okay, I'll tell you what. You tell me it's trash. You tell me it's decent. You tell me it's potential, and you tell me it's like like top tier.
It's like nah, not worth.
Yeah. You think so? Even against aggro, though, you don't think that's good?
What class is this?
This is neutral. Everybody can play this.
How many? How much mana?
5 mana.
No, yeah, trash.
It's Chillwind Yeti with taunt and restores 4 health to your hero. Yeah.
Nah,
I don't think it's terrible. I think it's a good
I think it's
arena card.
trash.
I think it's a good arena card. I don't think it's good in constructed. We might see a tech of it, but I don't think it's gonna get anywhere far.
Are you thing tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
Are you doing raid tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Anyway, like I said, James thinks it's trash tier. I follow the same premise here. I don't think it's that great. Next card. The next card is. Okay, I hate this card. So Druid 2 mana card, Witchwood Apple. Add 3 2/2 Ents or Trents, sorry, to your hand. Are you seeing this card, James?
No, not yet. Three add what?
Add 3 2/2 Trents. So Trents are just they're monsters, okay? To your hand. They're 2/2 monsters that cost 2. This card adds
Oh yeah, I
3 of
think
them to your
I
hand.
seen that card before.
Yeah, this card
How much
adds
mana?
2 mana.
And they're 2/2 cost. And what's their cost?
2. So 6 mana to play all of them.
Plus your original two, no?
Yeah, so 8 mana
So
to
8 mana.
to basically use the entire card.
Nah.
Trash tier?
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely worse than trash tier. Because like it's just it has
Yeah, it's too
no
slow.
it's so slow and like it doesn't
Like
have enough force behind
is
it.
Dragwitch neutral card?
Dragos Jailer is a paladin card.
Oh yeah,
And
I was
and
gonna say like that's like way better, and like I don't even play two of those.
yeah, like it's I could see exactly where you're coming from on that. I think it's just trash. I mean, maybe we'll see Token Druid use it, but it might not. It's probably not going to be that good.
What class?
Token Druid. So Token Druid is an aggro
No,
deck.
I meant what class is this card?
Druid.
Oh, Druid.
Yeah. So most spells are all pertaining to a class. Never,
Well,
there's no
what
neutral
about those
spells.
cards that what about that quest that like if you summon the same, it has to be the same minion or same minion with the same name.
That's a rogue quest. So that's play the same minion 5 times, and then all your
But
minions become 5/5s. So this is a druid card, so they can't do
yeah,
anything
yeah.
with that, right? I trashed here. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's bad. Um, let's see what else we got here. Oh, I want to see what you. Okay, next warlock card.
The field war.
Warlock legendary. Glinda Crowskin. 6 mana, 3/7. Minions in your hand have Echo. You now know what Echo does, James. What are your thoughts on this in Warlock? I know you've seen a couple Warlock
How
games.
much mana?
6 mana.
Was it a spell or?
It's a minion. It's a 6 mana, 3/7.
Is it a battle cry? Like, or is
No,
it
no,
like,
it's a passive.
oh, so if it dies, it's gone, right?
Correct.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Like it's too like I feel like it's too like heavily dependent on
Right.
like.
Here's the thing, though. Imagine sticking this on the board just for a turn, for like a whole turn, like that. This is just what you play, and 6 mana 3/7. It's beefy, but on 6 mana, it's not that beefy. All
And
right,
it's a warlock card.
and it's a warlock legendary, correct?
Like the thing is, like warlock right now, like Q block is like the best deck, right? And like all their like big cards are like high mana cards. So what's the point of having giving them echo?
Yeah, you're correct. That I mean, that's a pretty good way of thinking about it. But like I said,
And like the other deck is like what zoo, and like that's just like a retard deck, no? Or like it's like not that great.
it's more or less an aggro deck, right? So like it takes cheap minions. So like if I like stick a Glinda in a zoo deck and then play her and then she survives and then I play a bunch of cheap minions in my hand without using any resources, isn't that pretty good?
Sorry, say that again.
So if I put this in a zoo deck, so zoo deck's a cheap aggro deck that has consistent
Yeah,
draw because of the hero
yeah,
power. So essentially their life total is going down basically almost as fast as yours because they pay
yeah.
cost for cheap minions. Um, if I stick Glinda into a zoo deck and then land her on the field and she doesn't die on that turn, and next turn I can play cheap minions all from my hand without actually using the resources. So I can play like one cheap minion consistently to fill my
But
board.
like I don't know. The point of the aggro deck is to like go fast, no?
Yeah, you want to kind of snowball, is what you're trying to say, right? Like you want to
Yeah.
snowball out. This isn't. Don't you
Like
think?
especially for like I feel like even for zoo, like they probably don't have like as much like recovery as like dude probably does, right? So like
Right. See, this has the same stats as a Sunkeeper Tarm,
yeah,
right? And Sunkeeper Tarm does something immediately when you're played, but
yeah,
this but
yeah.
this threatens to do more on the next turn.
It does, yeah. But uh, like even like I don't sometimes like when I drop it, I don't even expect it to live that much.
Yeah. I mean that's a fair assumption, but you do agree though, if it does live, that it probably does a lot of fucking work on it, like on like the field,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But that being said, that doesn't count out the card terrible. What tier would you
No,
actually
I
give?
don't think it's terrible. I think it has like it's like that mid tier.
Yeah, you think it has potential?
Yeah, potential.
Yeah. That's a fair assumption. We have to see it in an actual right deck, but yeah, it's not bad. I'd say it has potential as well. I'm not exactly sure where it would go, but we haven't seen every single card yet, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, so our next card. All right, this is a priest card. 3 mana, Vivid Nightmare. It's a spell card. 3 mana epic for priest. It says choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. So, like any friendly minion you want, you can summon another copy of it. Same effect, same stats, except for its health. Its health is reduced to 1 health remaining. So if its health is originally just
Summon
one,
so if you summon it, does it activate the battle card?
no. Battle cries only activate when you play from hand. Play from
Oh,
hand, not
you
when they come out of
choose.
hand.
So like you have to like basically like use copy a minion with like a passive for it to be of like any value.
Or a death rattle, right?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
probably
Death
be
rattle.
better on like a death rattle, right? Because it has
Yeah,
1 life, and then it's just easier to kill, right?
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think it's terrible. This card is very similar to a mage card called Molten Reflection, which says just choose a friendly copy of a minion on your field, and it just makes a copy of that card. But it's 4 mana, and it doesn't lose any life. It just makes the exact copy of that card. But this one's priest, and it just sets its health remaining to 1. On your spectrum of tier list, what do you exactly think about Vivid Nightmares?
Kind of like below meh, over bad.
Over bad, somewhere in between trash and potential, is where you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fair assumption. I don't think it's
What class?
priest. So you could heal this minion, technically.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, potentially, yeah,
So essentially, you make the same. If it's an expensive minion, you make the same minion again, and you can heal it with other spells as
yeah,
well, right?
potentially, yeah,
That's not terrible, right? So does it
yeah.
does it fall a bit
I guess
higher now, or does it the same, or?
same thing. Maybe like a little bit higher, like 0.1 higher, but like yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean that's fair. That's okay. You can definitely um, put your input into that. I think it has potential. I'm not going to put it in the trash tier. I think Molten Reflection saw cards, saw play, and obviously the Quest Mage. But Priest has a lot more to work with, especially if your card has 1 health remaining. Northshire Cleric, if you can heal the card with 1 health remaining, you draw a card. There's some combos in there, and I think it's pretty decent. Blinding Heal has good value. Heal yourself and heal the minion that's hurt, and you got another copy just for 1 more mana. So it's like the same thing as the Molten Reflection, except heal for 5 and a 2 card combo. It's not bad. Again, I think potential is in it, but we'll have to see. So that's it for Vivid Nightmares or Nightmare. Next card. Okay, Druid Spell. A 4 mana Druid Spell Epic, Whispering Woods. So the card effect says summon a 1/1 Wisp for each card in your hand. This combos with the previous card we talked about, what you call it, the apples.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, what?
We're talking about our Druid card, 4 mana, Epic, Whispering Woods. Summon a 1/1 Wisp for each card in your hand. So if you had 7 cards
4
in
mana.
hand, you fill your board.
Yeah, yeah. Druid, right? Which
Cor-
one is that?
Druid is the hero power, deal 1 or give 1 attack to your hero and 1 armor to your hero.
How fast are they as a deck? Do they? I don't think like they really keep card advantage though. The only deck I really see keep like a lot of card advantage is like priest and like cube block or like warlock. I think.
I'm not sure how they're gonna keep it a card advantage anymore. Like they might, because the original J Druid had a lot of card advantage, and you have to also keep in mind that Ultimate Infestation is in their arsenal. So, drawing 5 cards, like that's probably how they keep card advantage, James.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the thing I have the corp about this card is that you're just summoning 1/1 wisps. In order for this to actually like have some value, you would need to actually have another card to combo with the wisps. So Power of the Wild is the only card that's going to be able to actually keep a combo with it because I'm pretty sure Mark of the Lotus is rotating out. So Power of the Wild is a 2 mana card. So it's a 6 mana combo. If you have 7 cards in hand at least, then you're making a full board of 7 mana 2/2 wisps. But
Yeah,
that
I don't know. It kind of seems like the same thing. Above trash, below meh.
Oh, okay. Somewhere in between there too. I think so. It technically, James, it combos with the last card we saw with the apples. The
Yeah.
add the 3 Trents to your hand or whatever. Um, but yeah, it technically combos with that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. It's definitely not going to be an aggro deck because aggro can't hold card advantage. And if you're summoning 3 wisps for 4 mana, you might as well just concede. That's just what I think about. Again, I'll say potential. I'm a bit more lenient than James. James's idea of Spectrum is you got to blow his mind to get the good shit.
Yeah, man.
All right. All right. Our next card. Okay, this is one I wanted to actually ask you about. Rebuke. 2 mana Paladin spell. Enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. Stackable, by the way. So if you had 2 rebukes, they cost 10. So basically unplayable unless you want to play 1 spell for the whole turn.
Oh yeah, that seemed like pretty alright.
You think Rebuke is pretty good?
Yeah. It definitely has high potential, I feel. The Pally card,
Really?
right?
Yes. Yes. The
Like,
Pally card.
yeah, it's a neg 1, but oh fuck, gross. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it has potential.
here's my thing about it, James. So let me put this in this scenario, right? You played aggro pally, okay?
Yeah.
You've played dude paladin. Where are you seeing yourself on what turn, realistically, in your most idealistic like turn? So idealistic turn, sorry. Where do you
Like
see
against
yourself
like Cube,
playing? Yeah, yeah, against Cube, I understand, but where do you see yourself playing this card and not falling behind on board?
like
Where,
when you already have like board presence and
right,
like you want to like,
but the
and
thing
like
is,
let's say
it's two
like let's say
mana,
against like
right?
mage, like a lot of times I'll have like board presence and like, but like they'll just have that secret that like just like protects them for a turn, right? And like there's nothing else you can do, but you could play like this card and like you could like set up for next turn.
Yeah,
Holy fuck, man!
yeah, like yeah, you're right. You are right, but you gotta understand the neg one as it is. Aggro decks in particular, especially in aggro paladin, they want to snowball out like you said
They
before,
do, yeah. Don't
right?
get me wrong, but like this is like something that could take the place of like dark conviction or like equality or something like those kind of cards. It's not going to replace like an aggro card, like a weapon or something. I wouldn't like it. It would like be it's like a support kind of card.
Right. It's
It has potential for sure, I think.
so that being said, how many copies, if you had the card right now, how many copies would you put into your Dude Paladin deck?
Probably like one.
Just the one as a tech choice, right? And what would you even take
Yeah.
out of that out of your deck if you just had to choose?
Probably like a dark convention or something like a support card. Like you would like it's not an aggro card like you said. It's something like you just like it's a stall card basically, right?
Right. Like you're trying to solidify game state in your favor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's that's my problem. My quirk with it is that you need to have board state already, and it's two mana. And if you're trying to snowball out on the board, drawing
But like
this
for
is
cards
like
like
yeah,
Dark Conviction and like Equality, like that's the same thing.
yeah, it's the
So
same
you're
thing. Equality
like
you're
you're still playing
removing.
those
I could
cards.
see Dark Conviction coming out and playing like a rebuke, but like I said, it's not a terrible card. I think if you're putting two in your deck, you're pushing it. I really think you're pushing it. I think one is okay in an aggro paladin deck, and I think in a control paladin deck, on the other hand, two is perfectly fine
What's
because
Control Paladin? I haven't seen like any.
so control paladin it varied throughout the entire meta, but control paladin is like an interesting kind of deck in that where they can outvalue simply because they have a lot of uh, like not high cost cards per se, but cards that have a lot of value in them. So, for example, Tyrion Fordring, the 8 mana 6/6 Divine Shield Death Rattle, gain a 5/3 weapon if it dies. So that alone is just a huge value card and a push for them. And they also have great board clears from Equality, Consecration. There's also cards like Blessing of Kings that buff them. They're all around a good class and are able to outvalue. The reason why it didn't the reason why it didn't actually get push in this meta is because this meta was way too fast for them. But if the meta slows down because of rush cards, then probably you can
Why would it
see
slow down because of Rush? It would go faster, no?
by slowdown I mean like less aggro decks because rush counters aggro, correct? Because it's a
Yeah,
statted board and you clear a minion, right? That's why I'm trying to say that, right? I
yeah.
I think you can easily get away with playing this. Like back in the day, this card had the same effect, but on a monster called Lotheb. You weren't around for that time. That was from the first expansion, or not first adventure, so say. But it's an expansion. It was a 5 mana 5/5 with the same effect, and it was just played in like any kind of temple variant or even a control deck because it would shut off turns like completely, right? Like
Yeah.
you'd cut out the cost of a control matchup entirely and get it in your favor to get board back, right? So I think it's easily concede like two in a control paladin deck. It's not bad, and I think it's above potential. I think it's a top tier card. I just don't think that you're gonna see a lot of how can I say you're not gonna see it being like auto pick into an aggro paladin deck at two. Like you're probably going to see it teched, and it might just shut down entire turns. But then again, you never know. With the rush mechanic, rebuke just might not be that good because rush alone is just better than most board clears. Putting stat on board and clearing a minion is like huge temple swings. So anyway, uh, your thoughts on the card? Just it has potential. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, it has like great potential, I feel.
Great potential. So we're kind of following the same spectrum here. All right, that's important. Okay.
Man, I fucking hate Big Priest. It's actually so fucking hate.
Yeah, it sucks. Um,
Yeah,
let's
I
see.
fucked up too.
Okay, next card, Shaman card. Witch's Apprentice, common Shaman card, 1 mana, 0/1. Taunt with a battle cry, add a random Shaman spell to your hand. It's also a beast.
Too much RNG, man.
Too much RNG. You don't like
Yeah.
that? Do you know
It's a random shaman spell from the whole game, right?
not from the whole game, from what's ever in the standard
Yeah,
format.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It
Yeah, too much RNG, man.
yeah, I think it's really weak. I think it doesn't fit. See, James, a card like Babbling Book, it's from a set that's currently in standard. It's a 1 mana 1/1 that said add a random mage spell to your hand. And this is you can relate it to this, I guess, because it didn't have taunt or whatever. So like you're losing the one attack for taunt, but it's not. It wasn't bad at mage because mage had value cards and burn cards and a lot of things, but shaman on the other hand does not. Shaman has like niche cards, so I think this is just overall weak. I think it's trash tier. You think the
Yeah.
same, right? Yeah, that's fair enough for Witch's Apprentice. Our next
Like you're
card.
basically like it has no value as a card almost, right?
Yeah,
As like itself.
it's almost zero,
Yeah.
almost. Okay, this is an interesting card. I really want to get your thoughts on this one. Another Warlock legendary. So I'm pretty sure two have come out every single set. So we've seen both legendaries for Warlock. 7 mana legendary Lord Godfrey. 7 mana 4/4. Battlecry, deal 2 damage to all other minions. If any die, repeat this Battlecry. Similar effect to Defile, except this time deal 2 damage, and it has stats on board, and it does not kill itself.
How much mana?
7
Holy
mana.
fuck, man. This fucking bitch. Yeah, 6 mana,
7 mana.
7 mana. I don't know. Like the thing is, like for Warlock, like do they really need more board clears?
That was the exact thing that I read on the Reddit post when this card was think. They're like the top Reddit post was like, oh great, another Warlock board clear.
Yeah, like I
but
don't know,
but
man.
it's
Like
pretty
it's probably
strong
like it's for 6 mana too. It's kind of
for 7
unnecessary.
mana. 7 mana.
Seven. Oh, that's even worse. Like I don't know, man.
You think it's a bad card, but I think it's
No, it's
strong.
not that it's bad. It's just unnecessary. I feel.
It's definitely unnecessary. I feel like it could have gone to another card, but I think it's super strong, like the
Plus,
way
like
it
7 mana.
is.
Like the thing is, like Warlock, they just as long as they get to like 5, 6, 7, like I think like they win. Like
With
this
the
this
right
doesn't
cards,
help
they
get there.
can. Yeah, yeah. I
This
mean,
doesn't help get there.
like it's saying, like Defile. You know what Defile does, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah, yeah.
Defile, but for 2. So, and it doesn't kill the stat on the board, so you're left with a 4/4. So
Yeah.
that's something you have to also realize, right? So like,
Like it's like med tier. I feel between med and like good. Like it's definitely not trash, but like I don't know if it'll really see any play.
really, I think it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna say it has potential. I think it's pretty decent. Um, yeah, I think we're definitely gonna see this card. I think we are. I don't think it's
Do
gonna
you
be played
think
in
so?
every.
Eh?
I don't think it's gonna be played in every single Warlock deck, but
What
Defile's
what does
already.
Q Block lose?
Q Block loses just the mixtures. So the 1 mana 2/2 heal for 4 each player.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's like kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's not really that. And they lose N'Zoth technically, but the
What's
the
this on?
the 10 mana 5/7 revival your death rattles that died this game. So I mean it's not.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's why people were playing it.
What? Isn't that like a huge card to lose?
No, it's not that important. Q Block was playing other cards other than N'Zoth before. They just decided
Oh,
to play it now because they were getting outvalued by control priests. Um, but yeah, Lord Godfrey, you say it's between meh and potential, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I think it has potential. I think it has a bit more than potential in this card, but we'll see exactly what happens in the meta. Next card. See what we got here. I think this card is like the resident sleeper. Muck Hunter. It's a 5-mana 5/8 epic neutral. That means every single class can play this card. It has the rush mechanic, so killing minions, not going face. Battlecry, summon 2/1 Mucklings for your opponent.
Oh, but Rush, yeah, it definitely is not could have potential. Yeah, I think that card could be 5/8 is like ridiculous, right?
Yeah, for 5/8, that's insane, dude. That's
2/1, and they summon 2/1, two 2/1s.
for your opponent.
Yeah, I know, because that's like the trade off, right?
Yeah, that's the trade-off you get. But the thing is, 2/1s are literally nothing to a board clear. So, like, if you combo this with any kind of board clear, or even the Whirlwind card in Warrior, which I think Warrior is going to abuse this card, deal 1 damage to all minions, that just clears the Mucklings. Or if you're trying to be a bit cheeky with it, you can go to your other neutrals, the 3-cost slot. Go to Mind Control Tech. So it's a 3-mana 3/3 Battlecry. If your opponent has 4 or more minions, take control one of them at random. So if your opponent just has 2 minions on field, you play Muck Hunter and you play Mind Control Tech, you're guaranteed to take at least one of them. Even if it's a Muckling, that's still pretty good for stats. You're getting a 5/5 for 3, even if you're worried. But if you steal one of their better ones, that's even more in your favor, right?
Wait, what's that second card? Not Muck Hunter, the other card.
Mind Control Tech.
Oh yeah, was it two?
So it says Battlecry, if your opponent has 4 or more minions, take control one of them at random. So if your opponent has,
That card seems like really situational though.
but the thing is, if your opponent has 2 minions on board, just 2, and you play
Yeah,
Muck
I know,
Hunter
I
and
know.
Mind Control Tech, you're taking care of one of them.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah. How much, how much mana is mind control?
It's 3. So
Mm.
that's a turn 8 play.
Muck Hunter has like potential, I think for sure.
I think it's like the best card we've seen. That's what I think.
Really?
I really think this is the best card. Dude, you know Doomguard. This is
Yeah.
Doomguard, but for everyone, has more health.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, yes, it can't go face, but it can still clear board, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
so broken. Like, it's just so good. Muck Hunter is amazing. I think it's just so good. And if you combo this
Yeah.
with a board clear, it's even better, right?
So would this like? Oh no, it wouldn't.
What do you mean? What are you gonna say?
Never mind.
Okay. I think it's the best card we've seen. I personally think it's the best
Yeah,
card we've seen.
it has like amazing stats for sure.
I think this is the 8 out of 10, James. I think this is the 8 out of 10 you're looking for. Don't tell me it's not 8 out of 10. Come on now.
What rarity?
Epic.
So you could play two of them, right? The only thing you can't play two of is legendary.
Correct. So you can play 2 of these in your deck, and it's just 5 mana. It's 5 mana 5/8, bro.
But it wouldn't replace the cube and cube block, right?
No, absolutely not. It's not a
Yeah,
demon.
because like it's not a demon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing about it. But this card is insane. I think it's so good. I think it's top tier. I'm gonna put it in top tier. That's what I think. Top tier. Can play it in every single class. Don't matter. If you're playing Hunter and do you know the Hunter card Unleash the Hounds? Summon a 1/1 charged dog for each minion your opponent has.
Yeah.
So you play Muck Hunter and you play Unleash the Hounds and you have extra 2 damage to your opponent's face. And you clear their board.
Yeah. It definitely. Yeah, it could be good.
I think it's top tier. Where do you put this on your little scale?
Like the thing is, I wouldn't really know what to combo this with, right? So that's why, like,
Yeah, but like just in the
yeah, it's hard.
general effect, you're taking it from there, right?
Yeah, it definitely has potential for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so it has potential.
Holy fuck.
Do you think it has great potential?
Yeah.
Would be so okay. So that's probably the highest we've seen from James today, but I think it's amazing. I think it's top tier. I think it's probably going to be played in most decks. We'll move to the next card. That card was amazing. Probably the best one released so far. So, okay, this one's kind of interesting. So, Nightmare Amalgam. 3 mana, 3/4 epic. its text reads, "This is an elemental, mech, demon, murloc, dragon, beast,
Oh,
pirate,
that
and
that card
totem."
has like a lot of potential too. I felt.
You feel
How
like it
about
had
what are the stats?
3 mana, 3/4, so premium stats for
Yeah,
three
I
mana.
felt like that one has like a lot of potential in like aggro decks. Like if Murloc Pally was like still around, like it would have like a lot of potential in that deck.
I think it. I mean, the Murloc Pally is going to be still around. It's just not going
Really, you
to.
think so? Eh?
Yeah, like they lose the 1/3 and they lose Grimskill Chum and Rallying Blade, but like this 3 mana 3/4, you get Rebuke also, and this is like amazing stats with a 3 mana 3/4. Like you gotta like realize they don't lose Rock Pool Hunter, so like that's amazing. And like this
Yeah,
is
it could like have huge potential. I feel.
yeah. Do you think this is better than Muck Hunter? Because I think these two cards
No,
side
no,
to
no,
side. You don't think it's
no.
better than Muck Hunter? No, even though it counts
Mm.
for everything.
The thing is, I kind of like know what you could combo with that better. Like, but like
Yeah,
I don't know what like.
right. That's fair. I think Muck Hunter and Nightmare Amalgam are probably the best cards we've seen so far.
Yeah,
I think, and this card has just so much. It can be played almost. See, here's the thing about this. So many decks that people make are missing key cards or tribe cards that they are just good. Now, 3 mana 3/4. If you were just making a basic deck, a 3 mana 3/4 is amazing stats. Okay, that's Yeti value. I always say Yeti. I'm gonna say Yeti value because Yeti is like the premium stats in the base set. A three
what
mana,
is Yeti? Is that
the 4 mana
like
4/5.
Gemini Elf like level like kind of shit?
I don't know Gemini Elf level.
Like it was the first like or Mechanical Chaser. Like it was the first like beat stick to be of like that value.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's like it was like meta defining, right? Like it was
Yeah.
like the stat, like the key stats. Like you want this stat line, right? This is what the 3 mana 3/4 is premium stats.
Holy
So
fuck,
you could
man! I
just put
just
this
got
in
shit
almost
on.
every single deck that you want in a tribal synergy in, and you just get a plus out of it because it's just a good stat line. So I mean, this card also gets pulled with a bunch of stuff like Possessed Lackey because it's a demon.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's funny.
Oh, do these passive count in deck too?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they count everywhere, even in hand. So if you have dragon synergy like Dustbreaker, this is a dragon in your hand.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's pretty good. There was a user created card about this. It was a Murloc on field, dragon in hand, and oh, what was it? Murloc on field, dragon in hand, and then it was or sorry, it was and beast in deck, I believe, or something along those lines. But it was like they like made a user created card, and now this is just a better version of anything that they could have made. So I'd say this top tier as well. I would say this is easily top tier. What are your thoughts on it, James? For review wise, at
Yeah,
least.
it's definitely top tier. I feel like fuck,
Yeah,
man, I lost.
yeah, it's definitely top tier. Um, yeah. Move on to the next card. Okay, we have a warrior card. I don't think this is too good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not too good. 2 mana rare, 2 mana 1/3 rare. Red Band Wasp has rush mechanic, has +3 attack while it's
How
damaged.
many cards are there?
Not that many more. There's about 6 or 7 more. But in this set, there's like 140 something or 30 something.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah. But don't worry, I'm getting your opinions on this
No,
just this
I
moment.
meant like I lost.
Oh, you got wrecked. Anyway, so 2 mana one
Holy
three.
fuck, man! What?
Uh,
Oh my god, man, that's the
so
game.
so 2 mana 1/3 rush has +3 attack while damaged. So at best case scenario is a 2 mana 4/2 that can attack a minion. At best case
Nah,
scenario,
not that great.
I'd say
Ass next.
yeah, I'd say it's trash. I think it's good against aggro decks. Like if there's enough 1 health minions, not bad. Um,
Yeah.
it's okay. You can combo it with Muck Hunter technically and get a 4/1 out of it. 7 mana 4/1. Nah, and not 5/8. Yeah, it's not bad. But I think it's trash tier. Maybe good in arena. Probably good in arena for like that 2 slot. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, next one. Hunter card. Hunting Mastiff. A 2-mana 2/1. Common card. Has Echo and Rush and is a beast. What are your thoughts on Hunting Mastiff?
2 mana, what?
2-mana 2/1 with Echo and Rush. It's also a beast for Hunter.
Yeah, it's like the same tier as that other card.
Which one?
It's not the same tier, but it's like it's a beast. Yeah, I guess like beast could be like more aggro now, like even more so. I guess you could like
Hunter has amazing beast synergy. Like it has
yeah
beast things you can use. Now think about it on this way. It's deal 2 damage for as much as your mana gives out to, right? Because
yeah.
because it rushes things, right? So it's easy for board clears. But I don't think you'd ever play 2 of this card. I think you'd probably play 1, same thing like a Rebuke. Because
So I could definitely see 2. Holy fuck, man.
you could definitely see 2 of this card in a deck.
Yeah.
Really? So that means it'd probably rate a little bit higher in your tiers then.
Yeah, because like I feel like it could be like in an aggro deck, like a fully aggro deck.
But it has rush, so it doesn't have charge. It just has rush.
Yeah, I know, but like still.
Really, just in an aggro deck. Okay. That's an interesting opinion. I think it has potential. What about you?
Yeah, yeah, definitely potential.
Okay. That's fair. Not much to say about it besides it's pretty decent. There's not many things that combo with it either, but yeah, like you get kill command and stuff like that, but it doesn't attack face. Then again, it's pretty good for control as well. Let's see, next card. Okay, Druid card. Forest Guide, a 4-mana 1/6. At the end of your turn, both players draw a card. So it's a consistent
Well,
passive that you draw a card and your opponent draws a card at the end of the
nah,
end step.
fuck that. Neg 1.
Neg 1, huh? Well, it's a +1 for your opponent, and it's an even for you.
Yeah, well, that's
But
what
you
I
get
mean. Like,
stats. You get stats though too, right?
what are the stats?
4-mana 1/6. I think
Nah,
if this had any more attack, like 3 attack, it would be okay.
nah,
No, I think it's trash.
nah.
I think
Yeah,
it's trash too. I don't think it's ever gonna actually see play. The mill variant won't actually work. Like you can play naturalized and stuff, but meh, it won't work. Not worth our time. Next card. This one, Mage card. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this card. So it's a 4-mana 3/3 Vexcrow, common for Mage. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 2-cost minion.
whenever you cast a spell, summon a mage. What's the cost?
4.
It's a monster. It's a body, or
It's a body, yeah.
yeah, could be potential.
You think it's pretty good?
No, not good. I think it's like meh to
It's meh.
potential.
Like the thing about it, you can even look on your like if you're in your collection, you can look at the 2-drops. There's not a lot of like blow out the water, like kind of like good 2-drops. It's okay. It's not
Yeah,
bad, right?
yeah. The thing is too is like I hate these like RNG like elements. Like I think they're actually like ass.
You think they're too unreliable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the stats aren't that great, and you don't really get beast synergy out of what's it called? Um, Mage. So the stats are too bad, I think. I think this is a good arena card. I just think this is a terrible constructed card.
Yeah.
I'd say okay, I won't throw it out the water. I'm never gonna say it's gonna be like absolutely shit because there's like, secret potential. You can get a 2-cost random thing if you just played it. But like I don't know. I'm gonna say it's between trash tier and meh because I don't think that we're gonna see it, but I don't want to throw it out of the out of the running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel the same way about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Uh, it's the RNG element is just too hard to rely on. Next card, common, 3 mana, 3/4, Black Walled Pixie. It's a neutral. It says Battle Cry, refresh your hero power. Refresh meaning you can use the hero power again. By the way, if you use a hero power and you use Black Walled Pixie afterwards, you can use your hero power again. That's what it's trying to say. Okay. What are your thoughts on Black Walled Pixie? The same stats as Amalgam, technically. So premium stats for 3 mana.
Uh,
This one should be like it was your honest guess could be like almost the same as anybody else's. It's just whatever.
sorry, what is it?
Black Walled Pixie. It's a 3 mana 3/4 neutral common.
And what's it do?
Refresh your hero power on Battle Cry. Meaning that if you use your hero power, you play this, you can use your hero power again.
Oh, 3 mana. It's neutral. It could be good in Q block actually.
You think? Just to draw another card?
Yeah, but like if you think about it, that's 3, 4, 7 mana. Like
7 mana is a bit much.
yeah.
What about like Warrior? Gain 4 armor. Or Priest gain 4 life. Or Shaman summon 2 totems. Or Hunter hit for 4. That's not bad on 7 mana.
Shaman, it could be good in Shaman. I feel like this set's alright for Shaman.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen every single. We've only seen like 20
No,
cards.
fuck Hunter. No. Like,
There's a lot of them, man. Mage ping twice.
nah, it's not enough value, I feel, for 7 mana.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's 2 damage and then like 3, 4 body. Like, and like you're not expecting that to live next turn too.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, but it's like good premium stats. I'd say I think this card is really good in Arena. I don't think we're going to see it in Constructed unless you can break some kind of hero power nonsense. But
Yeah.
I think it's really good in Arena.
I feel like I guess the most abusable is probably like Q block, but like even then, like
it's
like you're giving up 4 health, draw 2, 7 mana for the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna be nice to it. I'm gonna say it has potential. I don't think it's gonna be, too broken. But I don't
think if it was like
it's
2 mana and like it had like worse stats, it'd be like a lot better. Because I don't think you're playing it for the body. You're playing it more for like
the effect.
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. So what do you think on your scale? Where does it land?
Yeah, it could have potential. A bit less. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Like a 3.5, 3.
Okay. It's not bad. Um, that's about it for Blackwell Pixie. Good arena card. Potential, I guess. Next card. Okay. 5 mana 4/4 Clockwork Automaton. Effect. Double the damage of your healing. Double the damage and healing of your hero power. That's a passive. It's not a battle cry. It's just a passive.
How much mana?
5 mana and 4/4 stats.
Isn't there already something that like does that?
It's Prophet Velen, and it only doubles whatever your hero power does. It doubles it. In both cases, I guess.
5 mana is a lot, but yeah, it could have like potential.
It's a passive, and you have to think about it this way. If I had the Blood River Gul'dan up, and I bite somebody for 3, I heal for 6, and I heal for I deal 6 because I deal double damage, and I heal for 12 because I'm healing for 6, right? And that's all because of one card.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It could be good.
Deal 6, heal 12. That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say it has potential. I'm not gonna put it in the ring because I don't want it to actually be that good because it looks like a really shitty card. But I don't know. It might honestly see some play. Maybe as a tech choice. What do you think? As a tech choice, probably, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If you really need it, if you can abuse it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
probably. And this card is also like dead in Warrior and like dead in what you call it, Paladin. It can't even be used in some classes. Like so, like I said,
Yeah,
potent
I think it could be good.
yeah, potential for sure.
All right, probably last card for me. Next card.
We're almost done. Anyway, we have three more cards. You can sorry, one more card. Never mind. We are done already.
Okay.
Okay, let's get your actual opinions on this one. I think you're gonna like this one. Our last card is a priest card, 6 mana, 6/5. Rare. Death Rattle, summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. Which, by the way,
Uh,
if you have two copies of this card, one in the field and one in the hand, it just loops, right?
why?
It doesn't loop, but like it summons itself, and then it can summon another Death Rattle, right?
Oh yeah, but that's like whatever.
Right.
But there's no, it's not value. It's like whatever.
It's not value, not even to summon something on tempo. Like this. So let me
Yeah, but
let me
priest doesn't like to play on tempo. It just right.
yeah, but let me refer to you to a card that wasn't in your time. It's a 4 mana 3/4, but it was for Warlock, and it said if this card dies, summon a demon from your hand.
That's different though. Like demons have like it's like Alunet. They're not Alunet. The demon weapon, like right.
The skull, you mean? Skull of
Yeah,
Minari?
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But priest doesn't have like huge monsters, right? Like that.
yeah, but like you can also summon Karen for free. You can summon. There's a lot of Death Rattle cards, like a ton of
Karen's
them.
not even that good right now, though, right?
Well, we don't know exactly what he's good in or at all. But like, there's so many like for high-end Death Rattle cards. You can summon Bone Drake. You can summon Deathwing Dragonlord. Nope, he's actually rotating out. I completely forgot. There's like a lot of like, there might actually this set might pull out more Death Rattle cards, but in
No,
particular,
this one's not that great. This is like on the level of like it's probably even less than Karen Blood Hoof or whatever that is.
this can pull out Obsidian Statue 3 turns
But
early.
you have to have these cards in your hand too, right? Like
That's true, but it could. The thing is that it still has potential to pull out an Obsidian Statue. You don't think that's kind of valuable?
what I don't know what that is.
That's against Big Priest, the 9 mana 4/8 taunt, lifesteal, death rattle, destroy random enemy minion.
Yeah, but there's better ways to pull that out. No, at 6 mana too.
Uh, Shadow Essence is like the one way to do it, and then you have to. I don't think Big Priest is gonna stay alive because they lose Barnes, so it's not. It's gonna be too slow. But
Oh yeah. What about that card? What's that card that brings out that 10/10 guy, and then that 10/10 guy brings out the lifesteal guy?
do you mean Barnes? Barnes summons a
No,
1/1, and then
something else. Summon the that 10/10 guy at 5/5.
oh right, Shadow Essence. So it's a six
Oh, that's
mana.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 mana. Where is it? 6 mana. Yeah, 6 mana rare for Priest Shadow Essence. Summon a 5/5 copy of a random minion in your deck.
Yeah.
It copied the minion. It didn't play out the minion, so or it's not play out the minion, but summon it from your hand. So it's a little bit better, but it's just a copy, and it has to be sort of abused with that too. Not to mention, Coffin Crasher could technically be um, resummoned again with Eternal Servitude and stuff like that. I don't think it's a terrible card. Like Priest is particularly in control. It doesn't try to play off the tempo, but like getting free stuff out and like a simple loop, and it has aggressive stats. You have to think about it that way, right? 6 damage to somebody's face is a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
That's almost a third of their life, almost. So
What? It's exactly a sixth of their life. What?
how is it? Is it a sixth of their life? 30 life?
No, sorry, a fifth, a fifth.
Yeah, it's a fifth of their life. Yeah, but it's like I said, a fifth of their life. That's pretty decent for aggressive stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't think that this card deserves a potential rating?
No,
No? Do you think it's trashed here?
no, not trash here, but like it's definitely like between those.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
but like you can see where the set's theme is sort of going, right? Like it's sort of like haunted woods and like death rattles and like kind of like coolish like weird effects and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
so you
Okay.
could definitely see there might be a death rattle that comes out and might actually make this card a lot better. But I would that's why I would leave it to potential, right? That's why
Nah, I don't
no,
think it's that good, man.
no, you don't. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Shadow Essence might actually be a bit better anyway. Because you just lose the one attack, but you summon a copy of it from your deck, so it's pretty good. Uh, but as it stands, I think Coffin Crasher, I'm going to leave it as potential. James, I'm probably thinking you're thinking it's between like trash and meh, or just meh.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's the last of the cards to be reviewed. This is where I'm ending the stream. I'm not really playing much today. We're waiting for the obviously expansion to come out, and then we'll be playing a bunch.
What